We are here with Jackie Green, the founder and owner of Sweet Cheeks Incorporated in Holly Springs, North Carolina, a bakery of cakes and sweet goods. Jackie, tell us about your background prior to starting Sweet Cheeks Incorporated.
My background prior to starting Sweet Cheeks is in production management, where I have almost 20 years in managing employees, hourly employees, supervising, training, management. So that's where my skills are in operations management.
Okay. And tell us about starting Sweet Cheeks. You left the corporate world, and what are some of the lessons you learned during your startup period?
Well, I did leave the corporate world, but after getting laid off for the last 3 jobs, so I decided to go to what I knew best, which was in the baking field. But some of the things that I encountered, I guess, with the startup was, I guess I would have to say, the major challenge was finances.
Right.
You know, with the money, not having the cash flow that you need to successfully get your business off to a jump start.
Okay. And one thing I know, you and your company have been successful at getting positive public relations with an NPR radio interview, and you have several newspaper articles written about you and your company. What advice do you have for entrepreneurs on how to get that positive public relations?
Well, first, I think it's very important to find out where you want to go, what you want to do, because every media out there is not for you. So you have to take a look and see what advantages will you get from being in this newspaper or that newspaper. So basically identify where you want to go and how is it going to work out for you. That's so important, not just grabbing any type of media that comes your direction.
Okay. Before starting Sweet Cheeks Incorporated, did you have any experience with e-commerce?
Actually, I did not. And actually, before starting Sweet Cheeks, they say prepare yourself for success. And what happened was, when I was on NPR, I did not prepare myself for e-commerce. And I had the website set up, but I did not have the e-commerce set up.
Right.
But luckily, people still placed orders and just said, call me.
Great.
So that was a plus. But I quickly learned rather quickly about the e-commerce.
Okay. You do have I know you have a website now that looks very good. Did you contracted that out to another company?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I had somebody do the website for me. And then the e-commerce, basically for easy financial, basically we just use PayPal.
Okay.
I just use PayPal.
Oh, okay. And I know your company is also active on Twitter and Facebook. Could you talk about the importance of social networking to your company?
Well, if you are a business and you exist, you need to exist electronically.
Okay.
That's one of the fastest growing way to find your business. If you're not tweeting, if you're not on Facebook, and you're not somewhere online, you don't exist.
Okay.
So that is
Very
so important. And not only that, people want to know, for example, if you have a customer in California, they may feel connected with you because you're tweeting, because they can respond back and find out, you put out good information. So people look for that. One of the things that we do on our Twitter with my company is that we always put out good information, good tips.
Okay.
So when people follow us, they're getting some good tips.
Right.
Not just
a reason
stuff.
to come back.
Yeah, a reason to come back, exactly.
Okay. In your startup period, thinking back, what did you do that was right, and what would you do if you had to do it over again? What would you do differently?
I think what I did was right was definitely having a business plan, having a plan of action, having a little more defined as far as what I wanted to do and how I wanted to take the business. And probably what I would do differently the next time, or what I would have done differently, is probably research the name overall, probably more so just to get the best URL possible.
URL, okay.
Yeah, and that's what I probably would have done. I probably would have, before I have identified the name, I would have making sure that the URL was available. And if not, then I probably would have switched the name to accommodate the best URL.
Okay. And based on your experience as an entrepreneur, what advice do you have to a beginning entrepreneur on how to take their vision or their idea and make it into a successful venture?
The advice that I have is that not just take your idea to make it to a successful venture, what's in your heart.
Okay.
It's very important to be passionate about what you do. And to me, that's very important, being passionate, because if you're not passionate about it, you get tired. You may last for a year, but if it's something that's embedded in your heart, at the end of the day, you may be tired, but you may not be tired of what you're doing. And to me, that's so important. So do what you love.
Okay.
And always take a look at the end result. How much profit are you going to get? Is it going to make you money?
Right.
Because if it's not making you money, and if it's not what you're doing or what you love to do, then perhaps you may be looking at a hobby and not a business.
Right. And I guess last, tell us about Sweet Cheeks. What are some of the products you offer and the range? And tell us more about Sweet Cheeks.
Right. Okay. Well, at Sweet Cheeks, we are passionate about great tasting desserts and the pleasure of serving others. At Sweet Cheeks, we provide you with cakes, pies, and pastries. And I like to tell people that it's very close to what Grandma used to make, from scratch, with love. We don't have any preservatives, no fillers, no additives. So we take it back to the roots. Back to my roots, which was I raised up with my grandmother. I'm a Southern girl, so flour, butter, egg, sugar,
Right.
That's as natural as you can get it.
Right.
And we offer cakes like red velvet cakes, carrot cakes, pound cakes. We also do wedding cakes, dessert catering, birthday cakes, just things that that you want to find something different from the grocery stores, custom designed to suit your needs.
Okay. Thank you, Jackie, very much. I and the students at Western Carolina appreciate you sharing your knowledge with us. Thank you.
Thank you so very much.